the Pebblepad platform. So first of all, to access Pebblepad, which is where you'll access your record of competence, if you go to pebblepad.co.uk, go to login, Pebblepad through university or organisation, login, search for any BDN here, and just log in using your given login details from any BDN. Log into Pebblepad, and this is what it looks like. Here on this home page usually is where you will see your workbook, so your record of competence in the middle. If you ever need to return to it, you just click this little person here. This is like the home button, and it brings you back to this home page. Now we'll go into a record of competence. You can see one, for example. This is my account, so it shows a few on here, but yours will just have your main one here. So I go into the record of competence, dental sedation, nursing, and this is what it looks like. So you notice you have a contents page here, introduction, tracking documents, PCAS, case studies, DOCS, supplementary outcomes. If you start by just reading the ROC overview, this gives you your introduction. So if you read through this, it explains everything in terms of who the mentor is, the tutor is, the witnesses, explains the record of competence itself, explains what's needed for each section. Essentially what you'll be completing is PCASs, so these are your cases. So for intravenous sedation treatment you'll complete 20. Let me scroll down. There you go, PCAS, IVS treatment 20. Same for IVS recovery. And then if you're doing the inhalation sedation as well, then you have 10 for each of those. And that covers your treatment and your recovery. If you click on notes for guidance on each of these tabs, it tells you what to do for each and what to include. So that's your PCASs. So that's essentially your cases that you're doing. So each sedation case. Your docs are the assessments that your mentor or your witness will be doing for you. And you have 5 of each of these. So you'll be assessed 5 times for taking a blood pressure, 5 times for administering and monitoring with the pulse oximeter, 5 times for giving the patient intravenous sedation instructions, and so on. And then you have supplementary outcomes at the end, and there's 9 of these, and these include things like uploading your certificate for ILS, recording the sedation equipment you use in practice, listing the emergency drugs and medical emergency are useful, things like that. So sort of things you can do at any time. So you can be getting on with them quite quickly. And there's guidance at the top of that. The tracking tab is where you will track your progress. You will only ever be using the candidate tracking tab. Each time you complete something, say a PCAS or a case study for example, you go to your candidate tracking and mark it as requires review so that your tutor can see what needs reviewing and can review it and then mark it. Your tutor, as they mark things, will mark it as requires amendment or complete in the tutor tracking document. So if we go back to the introduction, so this is your overview, so read through your introduction and then you're ready to start logging your cases.